Okay, everyone, I just want to, before we get started, I just want to say one thing. Can we give a hand to all the Wild Center staff who made this possible? And another round, especially for Jen Kretzer, who runs this program. Thank you. Okay, so a couple things before we get started with this. Is a little bit of a surprise. So some of you, through the garden share, there was a raffle. There's this cool raffle, and you could win a video. And I have the winners are Kennedy and Grace. And then the other thing is that Mark and Kristen last night left us the biggest bag of carrots you can ever imagine. And so as you leave today, before you leave, you can have some carrots. They'll be at the front door. You have evaluations, and so please, we really value your constructive feedback, and to help us make this next year's summit the next best summit ever. This is the best summit right now, but next year will be the best summit ever. So we really rely on that. If you have ideas for speakers, we really would appreciate that, and we'll collect those at the end of the session. So this is a little bit of a surprise, so I'm super psyched about it. I'm going to turn it over to Nick to tell you what's going to happen right now.
All right, so during the open area session, I said I wanted to do music as our plan to help the environment. So we went over to Plenary Adirondack, and we got a bunch of people over here. And I said, so let's make a song or something. And so we started brainstorming. We made one. We got a few verses, but then we scrapped that. And then actually Shelby over here, she had a song already written. So we took that, and then we added some chords, worked on a little bit. So here we go. Okay, so we're going to start over because we just got a little bit ahead of ourselves. We only had like an hour or two to prepare, so no worries. All right.
I think they might need another microphone up front.
All right. Ready?
welcome. Thanks very much, you guys. Let's give them another round of applause. That was great. Making it happen. Yes. Oh, you want to read the lyrics? Can one of you from that just, who wrote the song? Can you read the lyric? Will you come up here and read the lyrics? Or I can hand you a mic. That one.
Okay, so, nod. Okay, so these are the lyrics that she wrote actually the last verse to because I just couldn't end it. Starts off, it's broken and shattered, just like a broken heart. We need to fix it before it kills itself. It's our time, here we are. The world will change with our fear. Chorus, get up and stand up, take care of your home. After you're gone, think, what's left anymore? We have a reason, our mission is the same. This is us right now, this is our fight. End chorus. And then...
Snow will leave, volcanoes will roar. The sun goes dark with terrible storm. With the world so down, will we ever mend? Only if we come together as friends.
Okay. So now we get to the part where we hear about all the things that the schools are doing, and I'm super excited. This is my favorite part. So one thing I ask is, where are my microphone helpers? There are 4 of you, or 3 of you, I think. So because we're streaming live, everybody wave at the camera. Hi. In order for the folks that are watching online, and we're also recording all of this, we need to talk in a mic. So as your school comes up, just wait for one of these guys to come and hand you a mic and speak right into it, okay? So maybe Olivia, if you want to go on that side of the room, Mike, you can be up front, and then you can be on this side of the room. So the first school we're going to hear from actually is Mariah, because I know they have to go. Are they still here? Mariah? Oh, good. There you guys are right here. So if you want to hand them the mic. You can stand up right there.
Basically, we have this empty courtyard in the middle of like a bunch of classrooms. And there's really no use for it. And we figured we can get some use out of it and help the environment at the same time we thought we could plant a tree in the middle and like plant some flowers and stuff. That's my share. Our goal is to reduce the carbon footprint, and we have a couple ideas for that. We're going to start composting, and we're going to use the compost for our outdoor garden and our flower beds. We came up with these things called Green Fridays. It's where we're going to carpool, walk, or bike every Friday. We also thought we could maybe change the light bulbs to the LED bulbs. And we're also going to check the quality of our air, and we're going to try to keep our vents clean and working properly to help the people with asthma and to also prevent asthma. Yeah, that's that.
Thanks very much. I think we're going to go right to the Albany Leadership Charter High School for Girls and Green Tech High Charter School, which came together as a team, which is awesome.
Hi, I'm from Albany Leadership High. I'm a physical education and health educator. Just so you know, the relationship between Albany Leadership High and Green Tech, we're brother-sister charter schools. So we're grades 9 through 12. Albany Leadership is all girls. Green Tech is all boys. So without ado, here's Maimuna to tell you guys our goals.
Okay, well right now, unfortunately, we don't really have the ground space for like a school garden, which is something we're really interested in starting. So our like main goal right now is to actually get something started at our school. To start like a green team with our school. And the way we're going to execute that would be to meet with our principal and to share with her like what we learned here, because this is our first year attending the summit program. And we learned a lot, so we just want to share it with her and present our ideas to her so she can help us, make connections with people and get a green team started. We have a PowerPoint presentation assignment we're supposed to do with our ecology classes, living environment, and the government classes. So we're going to teach the students in those classes what we learned here, basically. And we're going to have a separate presentation to the faculty and administration to just try to get them on board with like our cause and to like let them know the little things that they can do to reduce our carbon footprint. And in January, we're going to have a presentation with Brian Stillwell, and that will hopefully be a big thing to help us launch our green team.
And I'm Gary Ozichuk, a science teacher at Green Tech. We're right down the road, so we're going to try to help these guys out. So something interesting that we've kind of noticed, or at least I've noticed driving to work, I drive really far to work every day, is that there's these 55-gallon barrels like sitting out behind all these places, and 9 times out of 10, when you ask people what they're doing with them, they have absolutely no idea, and they're totally willing to give them away. So I'm going to turn this over to my young scholars.
Okay, so our project is to create a 55-gallon composter made of used oil bins. And our plan is to start in actually this month, November. At this time, we'll start collecting our sources for the materials. And after that, we need to start creating a prototype because we plan on selling these to the teachers, the staff, possibly other people. And in January, we want to start creating our blueprints for the final composter because we want to make sure we have a final model for this. In February, we should have 5 to 10 composters completed, and in March, build 10 more composters. In April, we want to try to get a tour of a facility because with this money, we want to try to get a trip for our green team because we need money to help with our garden and a trip and all that stuff. And then by next year, we want to try and start restating our project and possibly add others to this.
Okay, next up, Canton. Where's Canton at? Right there in the center. Mike, can you hand them the mic? Either way, or step out in the aisle if it's easier. Hold on, grab that microphone.
We don't have a visual, so we're good. Yeah. So what we want to do is we already have pre-consumer composting in our school cafeteria, but we would like to expand upon that and bring it to our elementary school because we believe that when you start with younger children, they'll grow up with it and get used to it, and it'll work its way up through the school system, and we'll be able to expand upon that system and just teach them like the basics of sustainability. And so we're just working on like a really detailed plan for that right now. And very long-term goal would be creating like a composting system for the whole town of Canton, so including SUNY Canton, St. Lawrence, the high school, and community members in a large-scale composting system. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Gemma. Next up, Clinton. Where's Clinton High School?
Hi, we're from Clinton High School, and we basically came here. We didn't have an environmental club, so basically came to get ideas from other schools, figure out how we can actually start one, and get some interest from other school or other students to become involved in this. So our first step is make a team, and we want to collect information of our school so we know exactly what we need to focus on. So that means like energy and recycling data from the school.
Our next step would be we want to do a secret poster campaign and basically, put up posters with different green facts around the schools and the bathrooms. Not really telling who we are, but getting people interested in the environment without really saying why, just have an idea going on.
And then from there, once we get some interest, developed, then we can possibly have some presentations. We're thinking about Brian, if you're still out there. We really want you to come to Clinton. And that, I think, will be a really good catalyst for this program.
We also have a lot of long-term programs after we get started. One of the ideas we really liked looking at the other schools was the water bottle fountain. We think that's awesome. A school garden obviously is something we really want to strive for, even if it's not something we could do this year, but we're looking to keep the program going for younger generations, including an outdoor classroom, which was also pretty cool. A couple of schools have that, and I think that's awesome. Also, our school floods a lot, so we wanted to kind of look a lot. We wanted to kind of look into different ways we could help reduce it because all of our administration offices get destroyed every time. And one of the things we saw here was the permeable pavement, which we thought was pretty cool. So, yeah.
Thank you. Clarkson's not here, but Colgate University, they had to leave early because they were having a meeting tonight that was a community meeting that was looking at sustainability in the community where Colgate is. And so the team that was here was going to present at that meeting to try to integrate the college's climate action plan with a community college action plan. So that's why they had to leave early. It's kind of a cool reason that they had to leave early. So, and they wanted to share that, wanted me to share that with you. They're expanding beyond their school and now really trying to work step by step with the community in parallel and create not only a sustainable campus, but take action right in their community. Colton Pierpont. Right here, Ginger, thank you, and Sabrina. Oh, good. Well, we're happy you're here.
Okay, thank you. Our school has Chromebook laptops for our students from grades 3 up through grades 12, which is great, but because of all the charging, it's really spiked our electric bill. So we are thinking of looking for a grant to get additional solar panels that would replace the amount of electricity that our laptops are taking to charge. We really like the idea of the locker clean out that we saw other schools doing, so we're going to promote that. We have been trying to do composting for about 2 years, and it's just been a little bit more complicated than we thought it would be, but we are on the verge of doing it. We want to push that through to the final thing and have it happen. And we have a garden that has been started, and it's had some stumbling blocks, and we want to work on that. And the other thing was that we've done a lot of energy conservation at our school in the past. It's been very successful, but we have found that people tend to do it for a while, and then it sort of tapers off. It's kind of like putting up your Christmas decorations, and you have them up for a while, and then you take them down, and it's kind of like you conserve electricity for a while, and then you forget about it. So we really want to rededicate the school to doing those kinds of things as well.
Great, thank you. Is Paul Smith? They just ran out the door. They're going to be right. Oh, no, you're right here. So you guys are going to go right now because I know you have to get back to campus. So Paul Smith.
Hello, everyone. We're representing Paul Smith College, only a hop a skip away. As our lovely sustainability coordinator is showing us, we do already have a climate action plan with a carbon neutrality goal for 2029. So this is a progressive plan. But obviously, there's still a lot of things to work on. So some of the things we'd like to address are our composting systems, our recycling systems, and also incorporating farm to table. Currently composting right now, we do have a post-consumer composting system for our dining hall waste. However, that system is not being employed for our culinary school, which does obviously contribute a lot of waste. They're constantly cooking and baking and doing a lot of neat things with food. So we'd like to sort of expand that system in our culinary school. Also, something that's kind of neat is we want to sort of get some pigs. Because pigs eat everything, and we think it'd be really cool to feed the pigs some of the compost and then have a pig roast at the end for graduation, which would be pretty neat. Also, recycling, we have a zero sort recycling system on campus, but it's pretty much only effective right now in the dorm rooms. And the academic buildings and library sort of need to be really reevaluated to see, what is the solution for making those systems effective in those buildings. You want to talk about farm to table?
Yes. So we do have a farm to table program right now at Paul Smith's. We do have a community food ethic program, purchasing New York State food. About 18% of our food actually does come from local areas around Paul Smith's. We do have an Adirondack farm to school initiative and a market plot. And our market plot is actually on campus. It's at Gould's Garden, which we use to produce food that we did sell at one point and that we also use for our dining hall, and also is where the pigs will live. So we do want to keep doing all of these things. We do have many things that we'd like to work on with them. So our goal is to keep building them and to build them and to have outreach basically in our community.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So I think we are at Elizabethtown. Here's Elizabethtown. Oh, here you guys are. So we need a mic. Can you hand these guys the mic? And hold the mics right up to you. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So when we return to our school, our green team plans to immediately implement a few ideas that was shared with us during this conference this last 2 days. We aim to collect data on how many watts are wasted at night over weekends and breaks from the various computers and smart boards in our school. After collecting this data, we will canvass teachers, showing them their personalized statistics to gain their support. And with this hopeful support, our group will then approach administration to request all computers and smart boards and copiers to be unplugged over the holiday breaks. And then hopefully that will stimulate them to shut them off over shorter breaks and then maybe even weekends. And that's it for our first short-term goal. Our second short-term goal is before our holiday, the ELCS Green Team wants to set up a basket for unused fruit in our cafeteria, and the unused fruit will be given each day to our health teacher or athletic coordinator to then pass on to athletes looking for a quick pregame snack. Our last third short-term goal is to continue rallying community, student, and faculty support for our Green Team. We would do this by photographing and illustrating our current projects in our Lions newsletter. We hope that this monthly newspaper will promote recognition and interest in our cause. And our one long-term goal for this year would be to create the first ELCS vegetable garden. We would do this in the spring, and we hope to receive donations, and we will soon look into grants and community aid. For this, we want to create a raised bed system. We would want to try to grow kale and potatoes and incorporate our elementary students and adopt a garden program into this. So that's all we have.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Governor, you guys still here? Oh yeah, over here. Thanks.
So our first goal would be to start a green team at our school because we don't have one yet. And we already have a school garden, and we would like to expand on that and get all the students involved and not just a few small groups, and to produce food that can be put into meals at our school. And we plan to grow pumpkins, beans, tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, zucchini, squash, peas, and carrots.
Some of our short-term goals would be composting. We're in the process of doing it, but it's not fully there yet. We also want to create a larger recycling program because we do the locker clean out, but we don't get a lot of students involved into it yet. We do want to, we have a big box in our lunchroom for cans and bottles, but a lot of people don't really know about it because it's not advertised as much, and I think we should advertise it more. And I think that we should get everybody in the building involved. That includes students, even the janitors, and teachers and administration. And our last one is to switch our unfriendly chemicals to green chemicals. We just pretty much want to replace the old chemicals with eco-friendly ones to try to reduce our carbon footprint at our school. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you. Governor is another first year summit crew, so I'm excited to see how you guys progress. I love hearing all of this because there's so many ideas, and I'm like, oh, that's a really good idea. Wait, we don't do that here at the Wild Center. Maybe I could do that here at the, so it's so great to hear what everyone's coming up with. So next we have Keene Central School. Where's Keene? Right here.
This year, much of our plan involves improving energy efficiency in our school and recycling in our school and our community through education and involvement. So what we plan to do for this is we're going to do the end of the year repurposing and recycling of school supplies. And we would like to try to get LED lights for our school and possibly get power strips for the teachers so that they can just shut the power strips off instead of having to worry about unplugging all of their appliances and such. We are also currently in the process of pursuing solar panels, so we are going to continue to try to get that. And we are going to we're going to send out a survey of our community businesses probably to see what they are recycling and try to educate them about recycling. We would like to start showing environmental films and have more guest speakers come to our school and possibly open that up to our community as well. And we are going to try to be present at the board meetings so that hopefully our green team will have a greater voice in our school. Another thing we're going to do is try to be more involved in our community and the lower grades of our school. So we're going to try to write letters to our town asking about the road salt and see if there's any way that can be changed or if they're even still heavily salting the roads. And in the middle school and elementary school. In elementary school, we're going to have an adopt an herb program, hopefully, and maybe the little kids can grow herbs so we can use them in our school lunches. And we also plan to have a middle school green team, and we'd like to get that started this year. Another project we are working on is an outdoor classroom, and we are trying to get that approved currently. So we don't know where it's going to go. And we have one more thing. We would like to possibly have a multi-school environmental festival, probably in April. And we are interested in maybe setting this up for all schools in the area, and if people are interested, we would like them to maybe contribute to this. And if you are, please contact us. Thank you.
Okay, Lake Placid Green Team.
All right, so in Lake Placid, we came up with 5 major goals for the upcoming years year and maybe years later. First is to improve our student leadership and kind of expand. Every year in Environmental Club, we tend to lose a couple people, and we actually want to gain a lot of people this year. Next, we're going to coordinate with the BOCES program in hopes of creating a biodiesel program over this year, but also upcoming years, just testing with biodiesel and working on larger creation. We also want to get power strips to each teacher. We believe that if you can turn off all the electronics in a room with a flick of a button, it'll definitely save power in our school. And that way they can turn everything off over breaks, such as Christmas break, spring break. We want to improve our school garden. We do have an Adirondack Farm to School initiative as 15 by 15. And so it'd be nice to contribute some food from our school garden into the cafeteria food. Next is we want to finish our outdoor classroom. We started an outdoor classroom and got all the paperwork done last year, but we really just want to finish it out, and we'd hope to have Brother Yusuf come and speak at the opening for the outdoor classroom. And lastly, our last goal is getting people involved. Again, that kind of goes with student leadership, but we want to increase how people participate in changing the environment. We're doing things like having a special meeting Thursday, a bit larger than we usually do, a middle school green dance to kind of get kids interested, as well as movie nights where we're showing movies like Farm or Food Inc. and other green or environmentally related movies. So that's all we have in Lake Placid.
Okay, Little River. Where's Little River School?
Hi. So at our school, we already compost, and we monitor our heating, and we have thick curtains that we put over our windows. But one thing that we don't do yet is we have 3 donkeys? 3 donkeys at our school, and every day it takes about 2 big buckets full of water from our sink to water them. So we were thinking that since their shed living quarters has a slanted roof, that we'd build a gutter system that would drain into a rain barrel. That way we don't have to use our tap water for them. And also, we would be measuring our school's phantom watts, which, for those who don't know what phantom watts are, it's anything that's turned off but still plugged in and that could still be taking energy out. So once we get a kilowatt meter, we will be seeing how many phantom watts we generate and how we can reduce those phantom watts.
Thank you. Manlius Pebble School.
Hi everyone. So our first plan was that of a biannual locker cleanout, which we did last year and it was largely successful, and we plan to do again, but twice this year. So we would collect recyclables and paper and glass and plastic, and also donations of unused school supplies.
Because we're a K through 12 school, we really want to implement the lower schoolers into an outdoor curriculum. We really think strongly about what Brother Youssef said about nature deficit disorder. So we want to speak to the faculty of the lower schoolers and get them to get the kids outside way more often during the school day, and to also help out with our garden.
And we also want to implement the usage of timers on all these devices that are sucking energy at night. So when nobody's in the school, and especially during the weekends and on holidays, they'll just automatically go off, and we'll save energy without having to switch on and off a power strip.
And outside of Manlius Pebble Hill, but in the greater Syracuse area, we would like to do some conservation initiatives. So there is this massive abandoned open pit quarry mine in Syracuse. In the 60s and 70s, Syracuse University used it as a waste dump, and there is a bunch of pollution. It's really nasty, and no one in our community really knows about it. It's nicely buffered by golf courses and like a little wooded area, and so people live in DeWitt, they don't know it's there. So our goal is to put together a student research team to get an article published in the Syracuse paper about the abandoned quarry, and hopefully that would lead to some sort of restoration project undertaken by hopefully SUNY ESF, SU, and our local government.
Great, thank you. That's awesome. So Minerva had to leave early, but they left me with what their goals are, so I'll just share it with you. So they currently do have a green team, and they want to improve their current programs, including paper recycling, and work on getting more recycling happening in their school. They'd like to start a school and community garden, and they do have a garden, but they want to improve that and get some recruit some people to help with spring planting. They are currently working on a nature trail, and they want to do an animal exhibit. I'm not sure exactly what that means. I don't know if they're getting otters or something, but they are. I don't think they're getting otters, but they do want to do a nature trail and get some exhibits up. And they're looking to get more bins for their cans, bottles, and returnables. In the future, they're pretty excited about creating a no-mow zone. They want to get sponsors, so to help pay for some of the programs that they're doing. They're also looking at getting solar panels, chickens, and doing a school supply recycling program, and that's Minerva. So let's give them a round of applause. And Mariah, I know we've already heard from North Country School.
So our goal is we already do a lot of, we have a lot of sustainable projects, but our goal is to share with others, like how and why we do it.
So some of the things we already do, we compost, we recycle, we have a biomass plant. Last year started it, and this year it's just now in progress. Aquaponics, which is pretty cool. We have solar panels around campus on various buildings. We have green cleaning products already. We have farming, and then we have a farm curriculum.
And just to add on to that, like, I didn't even know we had green cleaning products, so we kind of want to let everyone know, like, what we're doing and how it works and all that stuff. Then we want to, like, share our knowledge with other schools and stuff, and, just kind of work together to do all that. And do you want
We want to step it up and do more double-sided printing. That's the one thing I know that at least my class is really bad at. We were not taught to double-side print. And just little things around the school that we don't necessarily do in the building, but we do a lot of the outside stuff and the gardening and the farming.
Thank you. Northwood School?
So at Northwood, we already have a zero sort program, but we'd really like to get it streamlined so we can improve our recycling rate, because right now a lot of students don't recycle that well, and we wanted to get it out there to everyone.
Furthermore, by the end of the year, we'd like to implement a 3-bin composting system that'll take care of most of the post-consumer waste coming out of our kitchen and our dining hall.
And we also want to have a year-round push for education awareness from our sustainability committee. That would include like weekly videos and just talks at our school meetings, so everyone is on board and going to do what we need to do to change our school.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. Let's see. Paul Smith we already heard from. Plattsburgh High School. Where's Plattsburgh?
Okay, so this will be our 4th annual Earth Day celebration. We have had great success with the Earth Day celebration, but we want to expand that, so we're going to try to make it a week-long celebration where we all kind of get more aware about the green things that we are doing and we can do and just love the earth. Then last year, one of our goals was to get solar panels. We didn't do that, but we definitely think we're going to be able to this year, and one of the things we thought of is we just recently were told we're allowed to use our cell phones in school, so that's great, but now everyone's charging their phones in the school, so we thought, well, with our solar panels, we can make a charging station and people won't be charging their phones in just the regular outlets. And then we already have a school garden, but no one's really using it. It hasn't been well taken care of. So we talked to some students and we think we're going to have some people that will take care of the garden this year, and hopefully we'll be able to keep that going for years to come.
Thank you. And actually, Cody's going to help me with this one. This is Potsdam, and you have to hold it down a little bit because I'm a lot shorter than you. There we go, Cody. Thank you. So Potsdam is interested in, with their garden, expand and harvest more vegetables, a better plan for weed control, and more volunteers and maintenance schedule for their garden by next October. And then with their garbage and waste management, they want to help educate the difference between recycling and garbage, including clearly labeled bins in more locations, and educate students by the end of the school year. So let's give it up for Potsdam. Saranac Lake.
Hello, everyone. We are from the Saranac Lake High School.
So one of the things that we're going to try to do this year is split our environmental club up into different sections, into what is called a snowflake. Okay. Yeah. What is it called? A snowflake organization. Yes. Exactly. So we think that by splitting people up into different things, we can get more accomplished and do more projects. So one of the first things that we're going to do is get our garden ready for planting in the spring. We have had our garden for a couple years now, but we are going to try to utilize it better next couple of years.
Okay, this would fall under, I think, social. We'll have a group of, well, all of our people are girls, but we'll have a group of people that are going to go into homerooms and explain what we do, because we feel that a lot of our other student body just doesn't really know and doesn't want to get in the middle of something that they have no idea what they're getting in the middle And another thing would be we did a zero emissions dance where we had a bike to power the lights, but we're going to do it again this year, and we're going to add a junk to funk part, and we're going to have like meetings where you can make your thing together as a group, so that should help with more people joining the group.
Another thing we wanted to do to involve more students is to collaborate with other clubs. So we have a campus-wide cleanup with Key Club, and we just want to do more stuff with Key Club, and then maybe get the art club to, I don't know, paint a mural or something that's supporting something eco-friendly, and just reach out to other students to get more people involved. And then we also want to work with the elementary students. There's a 5th grade eco club, and so along with the idea of helping the young people learn, we want to contact them and teach them more about recycling and composting and stuff like that. And then as an additional thing, we want to answer yes to Keene School. We will definitely be interested in participating in a collaboration with you guys too. So.
Lawrence, St. Lawrence University.
So our project is to reduce the waste in our school by decreasing the plastic water bottle use and increasing tap water consumption. And the overall goal is to stop the sale of bottled water on our campus.
Our goals to accomplish this are to meet with our bookstore staff by the end of the semester to talk about selling reusable water bottles for a reasonable price. And another goal is to, for our environmental club, EAO, to sell water bottles to the student body. And this will decrease use of plastic water bottles. Okay. Our other goals are to do an assessment of the water fountains in the dorms and academic buildings by the end of the fall semester, and to make a plan for a 4-year phase to phase out our water filters with hydration stations. Our other one is to create a guerrilla advertisement campaign at the beginning of the spring semester to make students more aware of this issue. And this just means that we're going to be hanging up a lot of advertisement just to create awareness of this problem. Thank you.
St. Regis Falls. Oh, right here.
Okay, so far we have a successful recycling program at our school that we started last year. And we have a half successful school garden. We don't really have a lot of participation for that. So one of our main goals is to get participation for that. Definitely. It fails like every year. Okay, so we also want solar panels. We recently got like a whole grant for laptops, and those things charge a lot. So we definitely want to get solar panels so we can get more electricity for them. We also want to do composting. So we're definitely going to be talking to our cafeteria about that, because that seems like the main people we should be talking to about that. Also, if any other schools want to help us with this, we would like the help. So thank you.
Okay, SUNY Canton. Up here.
Thank you. There are 6 of us here at SUNY Canton representing the school. We have a couple clubs on campus, but we have one renewable energy club. We're trying to make that into a sustainability club. We're trying to get more awareness on campus to get more students involved, not just in recycling, but understanding the whole process. We're going to try doing that by integrating different types of classes that are more mandatory in each curriculum so they understand the environmental impact of what they're doing every day. For just standby power, we're going to install some kilowatts potentially and see how much power is getting lost, energy efficiency, and standards not only in the classroom but also the dorm rooms. So different teaching aids be able to shut off at night with power strips, with the eco strips, different technologies for that. We have a website that's going to hold a lot of media. Media will be a big aspect in getting people aware of what's going on. the multimedia at SUNY Canton will be a crucial aspect in that, or we all believe, and get full understanding of that. And Paul can speak about some more of the other main, like the turbine and such.
So currently we're planning on starting to generate more electricity on our campus. In 2015, we're slated to have a 1.8 megawatt wind turbine going up. We also currently have on campus a 1.4 kilowatt dual axis tracking system, solar panels, and also some solar thermal will be installed soon. I believe we have some geothermal. So but a lot of that's about to be going online soon. But in terms of outreach and involvement with the rest of our campus outside of our major, GMMD students will help out there.
What we want to do is add to the website and make the whole campus aware of like being sustainable and give them tips to pursue that. So also we want to establish a club like Mike was saying, and also we have a lecture series that Matthew Burnett is in charge of, and he has like people in like green careers come in and talk to the students about pursuing green careers and what it means to be sustainable. And that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Okay, SUNY Plattsburgh had to leave a little bit early, but they left me 3 things that that have either happened or about to happen. They finally have a full-time sustainability coordinator, and that's a really big deal. They've been working on that for a long time, and so that's going to really shift how they're able to do and move forward on their initiatives. They joined, as a result of that, they joined the Association for the Advancement of Sustainability in Higher Education, known as ASHE, and that will support their growth. And this is verbatim, not sure why, so we are slightly suspicious, but for some weird reason, we have renewed support for sustainability from our administration. So that's what. So they're excited about that, and I think they're looking forward to moving forward on all of that. So we're excited to hear what happens with them. SUNY Potsdam. Potsdam.
So we're SUNY Potsdam. We decided to work on a green fee that would be added to the tuition, and it would be an optional fee. It would be included in student fees that will be used to fund student proposed sustainability projects on campus over time. So it would be a $3 fee, and they could opt out of it, and then students would have to write a grant proposal, and then a council would take all the grants and pick one.
That was actually just our short-term goal, although it might take us the whole semester to get a fee, like actually put on the SUNY Potsdam's tuition. Our long-term goal is hopefully with that fee to generate like a pool of money that can be used for larger sustainable projects on campus. So as years progress, as more students come in and they click off that $2, $3, $5 fee, optional fee, it will be adding to a pool where, bigger things can be brought to SUNY Potsdam. That's about it.
Thank you. Okay, Troy, they had parent-teacher conferences tonight, so they had to head back to Albany area a little bit earlier. So their green activities are working on unplugging unused electronic devices when school isn't in session, repurposing T-shirts to make handbags, and I know they got all these ideas from here. I know they've been really excited to sort of take the ideas that they learn here and put this into practice. Repurposing uneaten cafeteria food for after-school athletic programs. So what they're going to do is they're going to set up bins. So if kids didn't eat their apples or or drink their milk, they're going to have bins where they can put uneaten food, and then all the teams are going to eat the food before they have practice. And they have a huge athletic program. So the athletic team they actually been working with the athletics department and to make these changes. So that was a sort of cool thing that I learned about from Troy. And then partner with the middle school and elementary schools and have high school students teach students about green initiatives. And I'm pretty sure they learned about that from Tupper Lake. So thank you. Thanks, Cody. Yay, Troy. And then last but not least, Tupper Lake.
This on? Okay. So the first thing we want to do is expand our school garden and into a raised bed system and to rotate our crops. The second one is to create a summit dictionary to share with all the rest of the schools, especially for the people who've never done this before. We also want to research and build small model biomass alternatives to replace some of the fuel. We want to research grants for our solar panels and fundraise a savings plan to help get that within 5 years as a long term. We want to get some of the outdoor classrooms into the high school since we already have them in the elementary. We need a refresher course on recycling in our schools. No one does that. Water bottle refilling station upstairs in the middle high school, and we're also the community bank gave us a $200 to buy BPA-free water bottles, and we're selling those as a fundraiser. Oh my gosh.
We would also like to recruit more members for Green Team because every year, as another school said, we lose more members, and we would rather gain them as opposed to losing them. And we want to expand our TerraCycle initiative offer prices and expand and invite parents and community to participate in the Green Team, so have like more community members as opposed to just the high school doing it. And we want Meatless Monday choices. Yeah. And we want to expand carbon sink plant on plus 50 trees. And we also wanted to say that we were with you, Keen. Got your back.
That's awesome. So before we move into our final finale, which I know we're super excited about, I just wanted to see if there was any remarks or comments that anyone wanted to share about their experience here at the summit. So if our microphone folks could stay up just a little, maybe one or two of you. Does anyone have anything they'd like to share or a reflection about their experience the last couple days? Raise your hand and we'll come find you. Oh, over on the side.
My comment is kind of similar, except that I'm pushing 50. And I think that I've really become discouraged with youth over the years because they just seem that they're not particularly interested in the school that I'm in. They don't seem particularly interested in environmental stuff. And this has been really invigorating and uplifting to see that there are so many young people that really are interested in this. And it just does my heart good to know that you guys are out there, and it makes me want to charge forward and see if I can raise that awareness and enthusiasm in my school as well.
So this is my third year at the Youth Climate Summit, and every year you may go back and you may try and start a project, and there's going to be a little bit of apathy. And I kind of wanted to say some words of encouragement that every year, please do come back. Since my first year, this thing has changed a lot, and it's changed for the better. And seeing people every year kind of rejuvenates my pride in what we're doing and rejuvenates my courage in what we're doing. You know, sometimes you get downhearted because someone says, no, I'm not going to recycle. But just keep persevering through it all. And when you go back, keep implementing things, even if people are going to be apathetic. That's their loss.
I know time is a little short, so we're going to shift gears into the finale. So the finale team, you know what you have to do. For those of you that are still seated, why don't you just stand up? You can stretch for a minute while they just shift gears. But don't go anywhere. Don't leave. This is the best part. Okay, I can. Something to get job. Oh, it's off. Good.
Sing down there. If we're supposed to sing like this, just us. Save the world. Oh, there we go. I mean, I don't particularly. Okay, wait. I don't think so. Nobody wants, okay? Well, where are they? They're right.
So you're going to need a mic?
Folks, if you can settle back in your chairs, I'm just going to take a moment of your time. My name is Eric Van Iserlo. I'm actually born and raised from Keene, so I'm related to everyone down that way. And my purpose is a long time, for probably the last 50 out into the garbage and making musical. Actually in the process, next year hopefully I'll have my cello. I'm in the process of making a cello. And so my goal is to just make some instruments and to a pro painting. Thurs paint top of it, and I'll just but also think individually. You know, so I have kids that, you know, that can't afford drums or anything like that, and I try to do something to give them something. Anyways, this is so awesome. I'm so pleased.
Okay, can you hear me? I hope so. This is a team of summiteers that have been working really, really hard for a couple of months now, putting this song together for you. You know the chorus already. What were the words? You guys remember? Save the world, save the world. Oh. You'll know when it's your time to sing that part, but I really want everybody in this audience, this is your time to celebrate now. We're done. We've accomplished what we set out to do here, and it's time to enjoy the fact that we're all still together. We're all here walking the same walk, talking the same talk, and so just please be active and get up when it's time to get up and clap your hands and enjoy this. So from Lake Placid, Saranac Lake, and Tupper Lake, I bring to you the Summiteers. Hold on.
Oh, I'm ready.
You're...
Okay, listen, I'll be...
Okay. 2, 3, 4.
Some nights I stay up, angered by the doubters. Some nights I call it a draw. Some nights I wish that my words could move the mountains. Some nights I wish they'd just do more. But I still wake up, I still see the hope. Oh, how I've always known what I stand for. Oh, what do I stand for? What do I stand for? Most nights I just want to save the world, save the world. Oh. Save the world, save the world, oh. This is guys, this is war, what are we waiting for? Why don't we change the laws already? Never want to believe the hype, save that for the careless type. Try twice as hard to sustain the world, but they come again to bring us down. That's alright. We're the new generation now. It's time to step up and step the change. It's our time, it's our time, it's our time. Oh, it's our time. Yeah. Yeah. Some nights I stay up, angered by the doubters. Some nights I call it a draw.
Thanks, everybody. It was awesome. We're super excited to continue the conversation. Those of you that are interested in an ACE assembly at your school, sign up when you walk out the door. You guys rock. Thank you, and see you in 2014. Thank you. Don't forget your carrots.